Good afternoon from the Circus Sports at the Mint Kentucky Downs studio. I'm Ross Johnston. The NFL named its 2025 Pro Bowlers today, and there are two Titans on the list. Jeffrey Simmons received his fourth Pro Bowl nod, and Chimere Dike was named the first Titans rookie to the Pro Bowl since Mark Mariani in 2010. Week 16 in the NFL wrapped up last night with the 49ers beating the Colts 48-27 as they were led by 5 touchdown passes from quarterback Brock Purdy. That win by San Francisco sealed up 5 playoff spots in each conference. In the NFC, the Seahawks, Bears, Eagles, Rams, and 49ers have all clinched. In the AFC, the Broncos, Patriots, Chargers, Jaguars, and Bills have all clinched as well. Lastly, Steelers wide receiver DK Metcalf was suspended 2 games for inappropriate conduct with a fan in Detroit. Metcalf has appealed the suspension. If it stands, it would void $45 million of future guaranteed money in his contract. The Steelers play at Cleveland on Sunday and can clinch a playoff berth with a win or a Ravens loss to the Green Bay Packers on Saturday. For all your foundation repair, waterproofing needs, visit USSTN.com. Breaking news and watch on your home for the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by All Four Seasons Garage Doors. 615-737-1045 is the number. We're broadcasting live from the 104.5 The Zone Circus Sports Studio. Kentucky's largest sports book can now be found at Circus Sports at Kentucky Downs. And we were told earlier in the week 1:30 for Cam Ward. Titans website says 1:15, so we're going to play it safe, and we'll shoot for the 1:15. But if Cam Ward's up at the podium, we'll, of course, throw it to him, hear what QB1 has to say. But that game last night, we were just talking about it.
Oh, the Colts?
The Colts versus the 49ers. Yeah. And while the Colts lost, because that defense couldn't stop a cold, I have to say something. I thought the Phillip Rivers thing was a little crazy. But what you saw last night is a great example that if a quarterback knows the offensive system intimately enough, the ins and outs at an advanced level, he may not still have to throw 40 yards to be able to have a little bit longer career in the NFL than what we have seen in years past. Something that you have talked about numerous times is about it's what's between the ears. Yeah. And what you saw last night is that Phillip Rivers knows this offense. He knew where he wanted to go with the ball. He was calling checks and protections and all that kind of stuff.
They had him mic'd up and you could hear him, man. It was pretty cool, man, just to see him do all that. And then at one time he was laughing because I think he was going to he threw a jump pass and he was going to throw it somewhere else. He threw it. He was telling the guy like how that all happened. So it was exciting just to see a guy, still facilitating.
That's high-level quarterback play last night.
It really was. I mean, man, I couldn't believe it. And I was a little disappointed in the 49ers, by the way, their defensive scheme where they were manning up. I was like, and they just kept running crossing. I was like, you are giving it. You want to play zone and make him have now face decisions. I mean, like, hey, man, come downhill and try to knock some people out. They kept running these man-to-man and oh, man, I didn't agree with some of that. Yeah. And then, I kept thinking about the Titans, too, watching them. I'm going to go, well, dang, the Titans look, not defensively, but offensively against the 49ers. I felt like they did just as good or better than the Colts.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see how close we are to being more of a playoff caliber team.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like there was a big gap there at all.
I felt like these last few weeks for the Tennessee Titans and then watching these other teams, some teams are puttering out at the end of the year. Some teams are getting better as the year progresses, like San Francisco 49ers. The new is one of those teams that, at the beginning of the year, you're kind of like, well, we don't know what this year is going to be.
Too,
and they still have a chance to get the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Schefter posted a video. They could host 5 straight games because the Super Bowl is in San Francisco or Santa Clara.
The 49ers haven't punted since November, Blaine.
Yeah, that's what I said. They didn't stop me. Now, I'm going to ask both of you guys and the fans, you can call in 737-1045 The Zone. Hey, Do you judge some of these coaches by the coordinator's performance? Lou Amarillo with the Colts.
Yeah.
By the way, he's going to be interviewing for jobs. Oh, by the way, we just went against Matt Nagy. Do you hold that against him because the Titans made him look like ding-dongs?
Now, I hold other things against Lou Anarumo, but not
Well,
not
we're not
that
talking
game.
about personal.
Yeah. No, but like, I do think that I think fans view coordinators, they're only as good as their last game.
Okay.
And I think that's an incorrect way to view it.
Yes.
Because everybody's making all the excuses for Robert Saleh, right? Because that's their guy. That's what a lot of fans, they're like, that's our guy. So I'm just going to blame it all on the Jets. Well, nobody's given that to Matt Nagy for some reason. Like, he went to the Bears. Can we not give him some, at least split
Well, he
some?
did start off good.
Yeah, and he started out. Listen, he has a huge winning record with Mitch Trubisky as starting quarterback. And Mitch Trubisky has not proven to be the Sam Darnold kind of quarterback or the Geno Smith or anything. So I'm just saying, like, at some point, you can't just judge him off the same game because I know the Titans' defensive backfield is not up to snuff, but Olutica and them, they were moving the ball fairly easy sometimes. And now Andy Reid's the play caller. How much of all this is Matt Nagy and all that stuff? We don't know. But I just find it funny that everybody's like, well, this last game, they lost to the Titans, so I don't want Matt Nagy. Or this last game, did you see the Colts defense go up against San Francisco 49ers? They got demolished and torched. We don't want Lou Anarumo. You can not want those those coaches, but let's give a different reason other than the last game.
Well, what about then Kubiak for the Seahawks and how they looked against our defense and how they were calling plays?
Right.
We can start adding guys in. You can say, oh, I like this guy because of what they did against us. Or should it be more than that? I mean, way more than that. And by the way, it should be. But, I mean, man, when they have good performances or bad performance, I think there's a bias in everybody a little bit like, well, dang, they didn't really do well against us. We're a developing team. And now, by the way, are the Titans going to win 5 games this year? Uh-oh.
I think so.
Got a shot.
They'll still be in the top 10.
What do you think, Ross?
I think with these coordinators, it's all recency bias, like y'all are saying. But at the end of the season, everybody can kind of take a look back, like just step back and look around and be like, what did they do with the personnel that they had? And also, like, for this more for the organization interviews, like, how do they lead and what are their philosophies? Because we need something that can be applicable to our personnel and our team and our culture, our players.
I read something from Ted Wynn, who writes for The Athletic. He's a big, film guy, quarterback guy. He's covered the Raiders. He's been a beat guy for a while now. And he talked about what's best for some people may know this, but Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a psychological theory proposing that humans have 5 levels of need to reach their full potential. He's kind of made up one for quarterbacks, and it's like, level 1, base of the pyramid, great play caller. Then you get the pass protection, then the running game, then dependable wide receivers, and then self-actualization. And he likens that to how the Jaguars have kind of gotten the best out of Trevor Lawrence over the period of the season. That's a team that's definitely surging in the right direction. And he talked about how getting Liam Cohen and then Ben Johnson over at the Bears. And then there was another one's name escapes me.
But they all follow this same philosophy?
No, they're just saying that's his view of the quarterback. But what he's saying is that they're all great play callers. They proved their play calling mettle, and because they were actual play callers. And you kind of hoped Brian Callahan would be a great play caller, but maybe it's the pull of the head coaching duties, and he couldn't do both. He may end up being a pretty good play caller when he's not a head coach, but at the same time, that you didn't even have the base of the pyramid really steady for any kind of competent quarterback play, not just a rookie, but even second year, 5th year vet.
Yeah, that's why I said, looking at the resume, and I've said this all along, play calling is an art. And I said, we're going to hire somebody not to be the play caller who's never been the head coach either.
Right.
Like, now you're asking for trouble. Could have been luck of the draw and they got it right, but I don't want to be lucky. I want to make sure that I know what I'm getting as far as play calling.
Yeah.
I want to see proof in the pudding. I want to see
Like Clint Kubiak.
Yes.
Like you can't. You don't want to promote.
He'll at least be able to do that.
Yeah. You don't know if he'll be able to lead a room.
Head coach, right?
He may be boring, right? He may not lead a room. But like for those that were like, well, let's interview Clay Kubiak, his brother, who doesn't call plays over at San Francisco. Mm-hmm. Well, that's Brian Callahan. Clint Kubiak's not Brian Callahan. Clay Kubiak would be the example for Brian Callahan right there. All right, coming up next, we may hear from the QB1 of the Tennessee Titans. We'll see.
At some point.
This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop, Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone.
It was one said, do all the good you can, by all means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all times you can, to all the people you can, as long as you ever can. That's what owner Aaron Stokes has tried to do for over a quarter century. Hi, folks, it's Blaine Bishop for Eurofix. And Eurofix repairs European vehicles at below dealer pricing. But what sets Eurofix apart isn't just price. It's the deep commitment to quality that keeps you off the tow truck. And Eurofix has clean, welcoming shops where you can actually sit down and relax just like you're at home. Plus, a free 15-minute, no-wrench inspection to share with you what goes on all the time at the shop. Well, at Eurofix, you get a 3-year, 36,000-mile nationwide warranty on all repair work performed, as well as the rental cars are available with almost all appointments. They have 5 locations all over the state of Tennessee and Nashville, Franklin, Murfreesboro, Belmead, and Mount Juliet, and more to come. So all you have to do is just give them a call at 844-EUROFIX. That's right, 844-EUROFIX, or you can visit them online at myEurofix.com. That's myEurofix.com.
Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by All Four Seasons Garage Doors. 615-737-1045 is the number. Blaine, I think we are. I'm trying to speak for both of us. We're out on anybody that has never called plays, right?
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'll question that before, but
does that extend to like Marcus Freeman? I don't know if Marcus Freeman has called plays, to be honest with you. He may have, but I just don't know. But let's think that he did.
College coach is a little bit different perspective. If we were starting from the beginning, I think that would be great. But no, I think he's more of a defensive side because he was a linebacker and he tore his ACL.
Yeah, he was a defensive coordinator for Cincinnati and Notre Dame. So he's called plays there. So I guess at that...
He's not in the hunt for the Titans, though. I think he's hearing the Giants, but I don't even know if that's true.
There's a
he
lot
can interview with somebody right now.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is like, there's a lot of people saying, well, if Marcus Freeman is such a hot name, why has nobody interviewed him?
Right.
Well, there's deep talks about him and the Giants right now.
Yeah, but I mean, they haven't interviewed him.
No, he's in college. They can interview him right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, so I think that is more Marcus Freeman driven than it is Giants driven.
Agent.
Agent. Like, because if he's such a hot name, why don't you go ahead and interview him?
Watch this. Do you think Marcus Freeman, I'm just throwing out a theory, had his agent do this because he was upset and he was forced to stay at home and not play in a bowl game?
Maybe.
Do what the AD said.
Maybe.
I mean, wouldn't cross it off the table.
Let me show you.
You can't take something like that off the table.
Because if you're sitting in his shoe, you're like, yeah, we want to play. We want to take all comers. Like, hey, man, we didn't make it to the bowl. We're going to go bowl, and we're going to go smoke these guys. No.
Yeah.
Well, and he had to sit there and do the presser and act like he didn't, want to go. I mean, like, sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do because of what your boss says, right? So then all of a sudden, okay, behind the scenes, call my agent, man. I'm going to get a raise out of doing something I don't want to do.
Yeah. We're about to toss it over to Cam Ward, who's up at the podium for St. Thomas Sports Park. Here he is.
How nice would it be to walk off the field Sunday with a second straight win?
It feel real good. To trying to get a win streak started at home, and then just to end off the home season, the right way for the fans to get us to win at home, and be able to be explosive on offense and be able to stop people on defense.
What do you think about Chim being named a Pro Bowler?
Awesome for him. Truly happy for him and Jeff. Especially Chim, the way he takes care of his body after all the hits, that he take on special teams and as a receiver. He's somebody who deserves it, and I can't, wait to, see him do his thing.
Can you sense the pride you have just in the way you and the rookie class have been able to impact this team, especially in the 3 wins that you guys did?
For sure. And a lot of us, we were blessed to come in and, make a substantial amount, to the offense and on the defense with Femi. And, we know that we're going to have to be the guys to, step up. And, that's what we pride ourselves on as a rookie class, is being there, when people need us the most and, making plays for our teammates.
Nick Holmes said that Sunday was probably not only your best game statistically, but he said when he went back and watched the film that it was probably your best from a mechanics and footwork standpoint, too. Do you agree with that? And what do you feel like, if so, what do you feel like led to that?
Who said that?
Nick Holmes.
Yeah. And he's somebody who I think who takes the information that not only myself gives him, but just the other players around him to help put us in the best position. And I think just, what he's done for me, just learning more about the game, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I think that's why we're able to, get, just stat-wise, where we want to get to.
The offense camps are relative to you and the other young guys being so productive right now towards the end of the season. How do you think that the success that you guys are having now can maybe be a building block for the future as you look ahead?
I think it'd be good because you get to see what guys can do early. You get a sense of, their first year, what they're really good at, and what we also got to work on. So it's been highs and lows throughout the whole season for, each player on this team. And that's the best thing about it. As we start to, get better individually and get better playing together, we start to just know, like, the little things what we have to do to continue to be successful.
How's your relationship with what you think you're good at evolved over the course of the season. Are there things that maybe you thought you were good at that you struggled with, or something that you didn't think you knew you could do and you figured out? Are there areas like that coming up?
I think it's both. It's things I got to improve on. It's things that that I'm good at that I think we should do more of. And every week, we continuously do that for myself in the other rooms. And we just got to continue to emphasize what we have to and keep playing clean football.
How do you go about expressing the things that you think should be added without overstepping those things?
Just continue to give them my feedback on what I see as on the field and what I know, just what I'm good at and what I should do. And then just continue to, be open to, learning new things and trying to, get better at the things I'm not good at.
Early part of the season, you talked a lot about continuity after being at 3 schools and everything and how much you wished for it here. Obviously, it's not happening to the degree that you were talking about then with Brian gone. But with a new coach coming in, do you think it might be a good idea for them to consider keeping some kind of link between what you have going on now and what's to come?
I think it'd be a good idea, just because some of, not only myself, but the other guys on offense are already used to some of this, and it'll just be nothing but building on it for next year. But at the end of the day, we always have to be open to what the new guy's bringing in. And he's coming here for a reason, and I'm gonna get behind him and learn the playbook that I have to learn. Be open to him hearing me out and what I like too.
What's your relationship like with Bo, and how much has that grown since the beginning of the season and since he took over the play call?
Well, it's been real good, especially from a feedback standpoint. Someone who's been in multiple rooms with different quarterbacks, whether it's older, young guys, calling plays for old and young guys, then also just seeing the player's point of view. So I think the best thing about Bo is that he just always stays even keeled throughout the game, always consistently wanted to know what I want to run during the game, and then what I see on film. And it's just me and him continue to build on our relationship and make more plays.
Cam, did your paths cross at all pre-draft with Tyler Shuck, who's now with the Saints and starting for them?
Yes, ma'am. Got a chance to play against him in college. Real good quarterback. Throwing the ball, winning from the pocket. Got a chance to be around him in the draft. So he's a fun guy to watch. He's someone that I've always rooted for. And I'm excited that we get a chance to go against each other.
Cam, you've always been more process-driven than numbers-driven, but you were sitting on 7 touchdowns through 12 weeks. Having 6 the last 3, has that removed some weight from your shoulders?
Not really. I've thrown for a lot of yards previously in years. I passed for a lot of yards. I threw a lot of touchdowns. So, I mean, for me, it's more just, I just got to be consistent. Got to do what I need to do to win football games. Put my teammates in a good situation to, help themselves. And really just, keep playing clean football on offense like we've been doing.
And how much more prepared are you now to handle pressure than when you were early in the season? Like when you know pressure's coming, you have a plan of what you're going to do to handle it.
I think I got more prepared each and every week. The beginning of the year is the hardest because the defense doesn't put out all the pressures like that just because of the amount of games. Then you just got to continue to, watch him on the DC's background, see what he can do at certain times of the game. But I think every week, I get coached up to handle each and every pressure, whether it's in the call or whether I have to get something, off my head. And then just continue to, put the ball in my playmakers' hands.
Over the last 3 weeks or so, Cam, what effect have you, if any, have you seen the offense's production have on the team, like during the game? Like when you guys are starting to score more consistently, what do you see out of the team as a whole during the game?
Just the rhythm. Getting in and out of huddle, getting to the line, snapping the ball, and just continuously playing with the swagger and the rhythm that you have to play with. Whether it's a negative play or a supposed to play, we've all, got to the mindset of we know something's bad going to happen at some point, but we got to be able to overcome it. If you can't overcome bad things, then at the end of the day, you're going to always play from behind the sticks and not have a chance to score a lot of points.
People have used that, like a phrase, arm arrogance, when they describe some of the throws you made, like the one to Chim. What do you think of that phrase? And at what point, like, where did you get that confidence to make those type of throws? Because those are actually different from a lot of what other quarterbacks do.
Just did it forever. Y'all have seen it, working out here, doing crazy stuff with the receivers at the end of practice, just working on scramble drill, and really just not caring. I think that's what got me to this point, of not really caring when and how to throw the football, whether it's a wide window or a small window. So you just got to continue to, know your receivers, put them in right situations, and give them a catchable ball.
You're fifth.
What, Jeffrey? You got a question?
Can I get a touchdown this week?
To you? To you? Yeah, you gotta report. No Paul said that.
Don't even worry about it. Don't answer.
Don't worry, Jeff.
Just be the Grinch. It's Christmas time, man. You gotta be the Grinch.
Merry Christmas, Jeff.
You're fifth in the league in pass attempts. Does that surprise you that you're that high up on the list as a rookie quarterback, throwing the ball that many times?
No, if it was up to me, I want to be first every year. So I pride myself on throwing the football. I think I'm one of the best, throwers of the football. I got a lot of work to do to continue to prove myself up there. But I want to be first in passing attempts every year. I have the receiving core to do it. I have the offensive line to do it. But you also got to have that balance of, running the ball, getting playmakers like Tony and Tajay, they carries, and, just finding out, what everybody's good at and playing, complementary football.
How much you looking forward to Christmas? You ever spend Christmas with your family?
I'm real looking forward to it. I haven't spent Christmas with my family. Let me see. I've been football every year. It's probably been like 2 years, I would say. Last year I had football, I had a bowl game. So, it's fun, to be with them or without them because I'm always on the phone with them. Whether it's my little cousins calling my phone or being my mom and dad. But, Christmas my favorite time of the year. And so, I'm just excited that, I, get a chance to have another one.
How you done shopping?
You said what?
What have you done shopping-wise?
Yeah. Stuff for kids. My parents got a little something. My girlfriend got a little something. Had to get my dog something too. So this Christmas going to be good for them.
When they ask you what you want, what do you have on your wish list?
Yeah, I just want to play football on Christmas. So next year I'm just trying to get on Sunday football or whatever Christmas on Friday next year. I'm just trying to play in front of the whole world.
Where'd you get your dog?
What?
Where'd you get your dog?
Big ass bone. It's at the bone.
How about the offensive line?
The O-line, I'm gonna hook them up. I ain't got them their gift yet, but it's gonna be in their locker soon.
Good.
All right, that was Cam Ward and his Christmas shopping experience. Hope his dog wasn't listening because he got his gift spoiled.
I know, man.
Man, what that dog was listening to the YouTube. My dog's listening to our show.
I know, man. He's like, Rrr.
Yeah, he's like, man, I was gonna get a big ass bone and nobody's, and now it's all spoiled because we kept asking questions.
Ross doesn't have a dog.
What sound did his dog make?
Yeah.
What sound did his dog make?
He's like, hey, man, that wasn't big enough. It wasn't sweet enough.
Won't suffice.
Yeah.
Any takeaways from that for you?
Did you have any?
I didn't really have much to it.
Well, I was hoping that since they went down the personal, like, what did you think about the U? They may have asked him that before and then went in at A&M.
That would have been good.
Yeah, but the only thing, and he was pretty adamant about it, he said he'd love to be first on the list.
The pass attempts.
Yeah. I wish he would have said, I want to be first on the win list.
That is true. Typically, that's what it feels like he would always say.
Yeah,
that was the first time a little bit of ego slipped in there, feels like.
I want to be first.
I like when
I would have said. He did say earlier he was talking about he want win some games, but I would have probably answered that way.
I think TD asked him about arm arrogance in that term, and he said, I just don't care. Like,
it's just something I've always done. I've always had that.
I just don't care. I'll make whatever throw I need to make.
Yeah. But that is true. I didn't even think about that because he usually does kind of default to the, I just care about wins or this and that. And this time it was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind being. And of course, him being number one in pass attempts that's not team pass attempts technically because there have been a lot of quarterbacks that are in and out of the lineup because of injury. Because at least I don't think that they're number one in team pass attempts.
But
if they are,
individually,
that'd be wild.
I think he's just saying, I want the game on my shoulders. Or the offense on my shoulders.
Said he leads the NFL in pass attempts. Mm-hmm. But they are 13th in pass attempts as an entire offense. So that must mean that the people ahead of him probably or behind him probably split reps with other people. I'm actually kind of surprised Matt Stafford's not actually one on that list because he's missed one.
One other thing I want to ask is, do you guys think he's going to make all rookie team? What made me think of that is because he was asked about Shuck, and I actually watched that game live, Louisville, and it was in Louisville versus the U. And Shuck, that's when he kind of sold me that he was going to be a decent NFL quarterback, even though he was older. So
that is what they asked, though, right?
They did.
They asked that. They said that he was number 1 in pass attempts.
They did.
I thought they said 4th, but I don't know.
Okay, well, because he's 6. So maybe we misheard the first part because I'm like, well, he's not. I was like, that can't be right.
Is the all rookie team only one quarterback, or is there like 2 all rookie teams?
I don't know.
If there's 2, I think he gets on for sure. If there's 1, it'd probably be Shuck. But if Cam put up 2 more good performances in a row, I think
it is only 1. So it's like a full NFL roster. So we know Chim will probably make it for returner. I wonder.
I mean, is Shuck and
Gunnar
Dart
Hill may make it.
and
Gunnar
Cam
Hill
Wright,
might-
right? And Shador.
Yeah.
Shador and Dart.
I kind of think Shuck may end up with it because of now maybe if Cam beats Shuck this weekend, then but if Shuck beats him, I think that they will put him in over because Kellen Moore has done we talked about play calling, but we've also talked about how Kellen Moore's kind of adapted to his surroundings with his quarterbacks, and I have to say, him and Shuck are really on something right now. They're on a rhythm. They've won 3 straight. They have more wins than the Tennessee Titans. Now, the volume stats obviously favor Cam Ward because he hasn't missed a game. But Shuck has been better, as a whole, to where I do think that he may get the votes.
Oh, I'm going to have to watch some film. I know they've won, how many games have they won now?
They're 3 in a row, but they're 5 in all.
Yeah. Dang.
And so I kind of think, because I know Shuck has got a lot of love in the pre-draft process too, and now he's getting a lot of love from the media now too as well. So I kind of think that he's going to get it.
Now, I mean,
I don't know if he's necessarily deserving of it.
Go back because it's the first thing. I know
You
know
love
where I'm
some
going.
Shuck.
I like Shuck because I
did
saw
not.
him at the Senior Bowl. You did not.
I may have been
because
wrong.
he was already a proven coach. And the little insight is Braum played in the NFL and all his quarterbacks. He proved to me he can coach up quarterbacks. What's the guy was with the Raiders who was a walk-on at Purdue?
Aiden O'Connell?
Right.
Yeah.
Once he showed me that this guy, and then I saw him live in the Music City Bowl game against, I think it was UT.
Yeah, Tennessee.
Yeah. And I go, this guy can really coach. I mean, he can really coach. And so when he was vouching for Shuck, like, hey, man, this guy, I know he's older. He's had some injuries, but then he followed him from Purdue to Louisville.
Yeah.
So I thought he was much better. And then he proved it to me in the Senior Bowl. The way he was getting rid of the ball quick. He was a really good athlete, actually, more so than I ever thought he was. And and he's proven that, man. It's going to be interesting, what they decide to do in the draft for their quarterback situation. They may stick and stay just to give another year. You got Rattler as a backup guy. So, Kellen Moore, if they've really done that. I'm going to watch some film. I haven't watched film on the Saints at all. I'd be interested to see how well he's doing because he didn't start off very good. I tell you that.
Yeah, I look at Tyler Shuck here. He's got, I think, as a starter, he has 4 wins under his belt.
Okay.
So 3 in a row, wins against the Jets, wins against Carolina, and a win against Tampa Bay. That's 2 teams right there, like, right?
Teams. Pretty good teams.
Like, I mean, that's not a bunch of loser teams. Now,
well, the Jets are in there.
well, I mean,
Jets,
but a
the other
bunch.
two.
Yeah.
And those other 2 he won is also division games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, 2 division games is pretty big.
That's why I think if because you know how national media is, we're not like this, but national media with quarterback wins and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think if Cam, quote unquote, beats Tyler Shuck this week and plays, the stats back it up, I think that could maybe turn the tide for him to be on like an all rookie team because he'd have that head to head. But I mean, yeah, right now it's probably Shuck by a little bit. I just think though, like Do you not?
Let me look at it.
Do you not factor in that Cam's played the whole season and none of these?
I think
other
you
rookies
have to.
Yes, I
think you have to.
Well, if you just look at their numbers, I don't know if that's what you're doing right now.
That's what I'm pulling up. So,
like, what's the numbers? Like, to me, the numbers would tell the difference. If it's a coin toss, you got to go with the numbers. And then the guy who was the number one overall pick is going to have a little bit of edge because
he does have that.
You would think that, but some people say, well, I have higher expectations for him.
So let's look at rate stats because since they haven't played the same amount of games. Okay. So let's look at their per game stats. 199.1 yards per game for Shuck, 191.1 for Cam Ward. 5.8 yards per attempt for Cam Ward, 6.8 yards per attempt for Tyler Shuck. 1.4 interception rate for Cam Ward, 1.9 for Shuck. 2.6 touchdown rate for both Cam Ward and Shuck. So if you were looking at their 17-game stretch, it's likely that Shuck would have more yards and more interceptions, but Cam Ward, based on his attempts, would probably have more touchdowns and less interceptions, but also less yards because of that 5.8 yards per attempt.
I think you guys are right. Whoever wins the game.
Come down the game.
Yeah, whoever wins the game, you got to give the edge to.
Yeah. Now, the big difference is that you would look at the 9.3% sack rate for Cam Ward and 8.6 sack rate for Tyler Shuck. So Tyler has been sacked less, but right now you would say, well, Cam Ward hasn't really been sacked a lot, but we're talking the full season so far.
Yeah. And then even now, aren't they using Tyson Hill as kind of a
Taysom Hill's is now running the ball some. He was their leading rusher.
I saw him throw a post route for a touchdown on highlights.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been using him since, Breeze was there.
Yeah, I know. I think this must be a sayonara because I don't know.
Yeah.
'Cause they gave him a big contract. Like, he had a decent contract.
Well, he's carved himself a good role. And it's good. It's good to have a guy like that to take some pressure off of a rookie quarterback too. You don't have to do everything on offense because Kamara's been banged up too.
When you look at it, it's gonna be close. It
will be close because, to be fair, he's played 7 games. Shuck has.
He's only played 7.
He's only played 7, not 15.
Right.
But he's also was a second-round pick, and they were going to roll with someone else at the beginning anyway. Cam was kind of thrust in there. I don't know how the voters are really going to view it. Because it's definitely them too. I don't think after Jackson Dart threw for 33 yards last week and an interception and no touchdowns, he's out. Okay. It's really going to be down to Shuck and Cam Ward, and it makes you wonder.
Cam's going there.
Is it going to come down to this game in the eyes of the voters? I don't know. I don't know what they'll do. It'll be interesting to see. It'd be hard for me not to put in Cam Ward.
How upset would you be if he didn't?
Ooh, upset?
Or disappointed.
I'd be like, oh man, for me, it's like, oh man, that kind of sucks.
But there's no part of you says, but he was the first pick overall. He's supposed to win that.
I don't know because I think there's a good case for Shuck for the voter side. Not saying that I would vote, but I can see the logical reason why they would vote for Shuck.
I would vote for him too, but what I'm getting at is the fans are going to see second round pick.
I think the fans will be very upset.
And then Cam is the number 1 overall pick.
But who has the number 1 pick? The worst team.
Yeah, but hey, man, I'm just telling you how they're going to be.
No, I know.
Yeah, I definitely think the fans will be disappointed and mad and upset. Use whatever word you want to. I just don't know if I personally will. That?
National media will do what?
Think more Cam should have won it because
national media is just all about narratives all the time. So it's like, they're Cam Ward and Tyler Shuck face off head to head. Who's going to beat who? Yeah. Like they're playing each other 1-on-1.
Yeah. So like they're out there at the YMCA basketball court.
Like it's
they were 1-on-1, man. They were matched up against each other.
All right, coming up next, we'll continue talking about the Tennessee Titans. We'll also take your phone calls 615-737-1045. We got some calls coming in. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone.
Well, holidays are here. Ho, ho, ho. Yes, and Merry Christmas. And boy, those holiday parties are so fun, man. I love to eat and, kind of have a couple of drinks too, by the way. Well, you got to get rid of that holiday weight. And the approach to weight loss at Edge Peptide and Hormone Therapy is a little bit different. They make sure all the patients have extensive lab work and face-to-face conversation in office with our nurse practitioner to create a customized treatment plan tailored to your specific needs. Edge walks you through the process with guiding your treatment, answering your questions, and supporting you along the way. You also get to enjoy access to their in-body scanner to track weight loss and make sure you are maintaining that nice muscle mass that you have built. And Edge always uses the lowest effective doses, too, to make sure that you are resetting your metabolic flexibility, not starving yourself, like most people do. And all you have to do is call the team at Edge Peptide for all of your wellness questions at 615, of course, 724-1878. That's 724-1878 or edgepeptide.com.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. I'll be home for Christmas. If only in my dreams.
Cover 2, with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by all Four Seasons Garage Doors. 615-737-1045 is the number. Let's go to Steve, who wants to talk about these rookie quarterbacks. Steve, you're on Blaine and Zach.
Hey, guys, thanks for taking my call. Hey, Zach.
Yeah.
1.9%, 2.2%, 3.8%, 9. If you actually turned on a station and heard that, what would you do?
Well, considering I was asked, I'd be like, man, that's a great...
Dial. You would turn the dial.
Did you turn the dial?
No, you called in.
You actually called in, so maybe it works.
Give you a hard time.
So maybe leave the radio to us.
Anyway, no. I'm giving you a hard time because here's what I'll tell you. Look, Shador, did he perform better that day than Cam? It's hard to look at because he played against our defense.
Yes.
That is true.
People don't talk about this stuff. Yeah. Is Tyler Shuck going to look better than Cam? I don't know because he's playing our defense.
Yeah.
Okay? Their defense is a little bit better than our defense. Just give it the eye test and quit giving percentage points and make it realistic. Blaine, excellent job. You can laugh at him now. Y'all be good. Have a good Merry Christmas.
I was asking really more so for what is the media and how they're going to view it, because I think I think you do too, that Cam should win it, but then we're not the ones voting for that.
So, it doesn't matter if I think Cam Ward's going to win, because
what are they going to look at?
You think they're all watching Titans and Saints games all the time?
Right.
No, they're not.
They're looking like they're literal all-pro Pro Bowl voters and Pro Football Writers of America that just look at PFF grades. Wow. And if they do that for all-pro, they're those same guys who vote for the Pro Football Writers of America All-Pro team, who also vote for the Pro Football Writers of America All-Rookie team, are going to do the same because they're not watching film. And like Ross said, they are a narrative-driven team, and I think the media cares more about the Saints than they do about the Titans. Yeah. And they care more about the story of Tyler Shuck, a second-round pick, who nobody gave a chance to, than they do Cam Ward.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, and that's exactly what I was trying to allude to.
Right. Well, because we were saying the other day about Big Jeff, like, obviously we're biased because we're in the market, but there's 4 defensive tackles for All-Pro, 2 first team, 2 second team. If he's not named All-Pro, you can't tell me there's 4 defensive tackles better than him.
Not this year.
And he is the starter and earned the starter for the Pro Bowl. So he was the #1 AFC Pro Bowl getter for interior defensive linemen.
Which is a good sign, because
which is a very good sign.
I think he should be first team All-Pro.
He should be.
Oh, he will be. They make sure they get that right. Sometimes the Pro Bowl may get it wrong because of popularity
and skewed fan voting.
Right, fan voting. But the All-Pro, they always pretty much get that right. They know who were the best players that season.
Yeah, even if you wanted to go into and look at, like, just for this instance of defensive tackles, Jeffrey Simmons is near the top of the list. If you were to put in quarterbacks, Cam Ward's going to be at the bottom of almost every list because of how this season started out for him. Does not mean that I think Cam Ward is like clearly the better quarterback overall than Shedeur Sanders. I think he's going to be the better quarterback overall than Tyler Shuck, but that's not how the media may view it. Not always does the best player get Rookie of the Year, get rookie honors and all that kind of stuff, because A.J. Brown deserved Rookie of the Year over Kyler Murray, but the narrative and the position outweighed what actually happened on the field.
There you go. So, he has to make that team. It's just no way. Man, if they let that happen. Anybody who's watching the Titans games at any point in time and seeing him make some of these throws that a lot of proven veterans, has he mastered the NFL yet? No. But, man, you see the upside and you see how this team is progressing each and every week here at the end. Man, they could all pack it up and go home. They are getting better. And it's a great sign for the organization, really, to be honest, not just Cam Ward. So there's going to be some positive things. So that's what I've said. I think they may possibly win 5 games because you have mentioned the Jaguars may not play some of their guys.
I think they're going to have to, but
they got a shot.
Yeah.
And then that's what Vegas said, 5.5 before the season, I think.
That is true. But, I mean, like, I think that we all said this was a 5-6 win team. Yep. It may not have been the same 5-6 wins that we all thought it was going to be, and it definitely was not going to look how we thought it was. But if they end up meeting expectations, I don't know, that's a pretty good sign, because they were way below expectations last year.
For 7. I'm not going to before the season. I was like, man, they got to get to 7, man. There's no way. That means they're competing with the best teams in the league, and then they just come up a little short because they're young.
I was thinking about this. I was thinking about this last night, but before the season, like, I'm always the ultimate optimist going in the season. I was like, look at that schedule, man. Like, we got the Chiefs, Saints, and Jags at the end. You know, the Chiefs don't play well in Nashville. If we're kind of,
beat 'em.
we could get a wild card spot if we're kind of on the edge. Now we're aiming for like 4 wins, but it's like, man.
Yeah, because I would vote for Cam.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I don't think from the media perspective it's going to be just as clear cut. I hope I'm wrong because I think he deserves to get it. But the media, you just can't trust what this. The media is not filled with ball knowers.
Yeah.
There are some ball knowers on there, but it's not, by and large, voters may not be ball knowers if they're just going straight to the PFF grades to do that, which a large chunk are. Let's go to Bear, who's been holding on the line. Bear, you're on with Blaine and Zach.
Bear?
Yeah, man, for FAFSA, what's doing?
What's going on?
Yeah, I wanted to, I didn't want to, I kind of agree with y'all with the campaign, so I don't really want to be the bear was. If y'all would indulge me, though, I'd like to say something about the coach Packers. Y'all know I've been on the Arthur Smith train. He former head coach, play call. I think he checked the boxes. But because I think about Tampa Bay and Bowles, he lost his offense coordinator 2 years straight. Now look at the situation they in. So if you get a defensive guy, and then he get a good OC, and then this guy get a new job, then you got to start all over again. I think you should just go on the road with an offensive guy that just call plays before. That's just the way I see it. But and tighten up, guys.
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah, I think it's a good point.
A lot of people agree with that point. I mean, no doubt about it. That way you have in-house if you lose your coordinator. What if they do what they did before? And I've mentioned this before when they got, LaFleur with Vrabel. And when they're during their hire process, hey, would you want to be the coordinator? You still may be able to lose. Now you get the head coach who is calling with Arthur Smith being an offensive play caller. I don't know if he's a dynamic play caller, but he does kind of rely on the run game more so than the pass, in most of his offenses, depending on who his quarterback is. So that would be an interesting dynamic. I mean, who would you match up? If you had Arthur Smith, as the caller's mentioning, as the head coach, who would you want to match up with him as a DC? Who would you think would want to be a DC and knowing that they lost out as the head coach? Are you then saying, but I get an opportunity if things don't go right, I can be the head coach?
Do you think Art Smith could bring Jim Schwartz back?
I think so.
That would be fine.
If I was making a guess.
Yeah.
I would actually be okay with that.
Yeah. I don't know what it's going to do for the success for the Tennessee Titans, but I mean, like it.
You like that, Ross?
I mean, because I think Kevin Stefanski, is he really going to get another shot? And if he's fired, what do the Browns do? So obviously you may want to try to keep Jim Schwartz, but because that unit has performed pretty well for the most part. But I mean, if Jim Schwartz becomes a free agent, and the Titans decide maybe not to even interview him for whatever reason, then maybe Art Smith gets hired, then Jim Schwartz is your DC. I don't know if maybe he pulls from the Pittsburgh Steelers tree over there, that he's been kind of there for a couple of years and pulls over an assistant or something from there. I'd have to look at their defensive roster to see who that would even be, a coaching roster, that is, and what his time at Atlanta was, because Ryan Nielsen, if I'm not mistaken, was his defensive coordinator, and Dean Pease, I think, at 2 different times. I may be mistaken on that. But, I mean, I don't think you think Dean Pease is going to come out of retirement again for Art Smith?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. So, yeah, I get the allure of the offensive head coach, and I don't know where I'm really at with Art Smith right now. But let's continue our conversation. We'll go also to the phones. We'll go to Drew when we come back. Talk a little bit college football, too. And, of course, we'll have Coach Mack at 2:20. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone. Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by all four Seasons Garage Doors. 615-737-1045 is the number. Coach Mack for his weekly Mac Attack at 2:20 p.m. today. We'll talk to him as we head into the holiday break here, coming up shortly for the station. So we'll be one of the last places you can hear Coach Mack's voice before the game. All right, let's go to Drew. Drew, you're on with Blaine and Zach.
Thank you, fellas. Happy holidays to you all.
Same to you.
And thank y'all for the work that y'all done in the year of 2025. Well, am I there?
You are here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. I want to, first of all, Arthur Smith, to me personally, it's not my choice because during his time with the Titans, OC, he checked out with the Titans to take the Falcons' job, and we also had home field advantage at that time. So that's why I want to get on that take about Arthur Smith. And as far as the rookie quarterback, Cam Ward, in my opinion, should get it. He played a full game, and that's why I'm hoping that the national media will look at. And these other rookies that come in haven't played no more than maybe 6 games, and I'm sure that they have not overexceeded Vince Young during his rookie year when he got an MVP, got an all-rookie.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to bring your take.
Yeah, I agree with you, Drew. I think that I don't agree with the Art Smith thing because, I mean, an offensive coordinator taking a head coaching job, you can't spite him for that.
No.
That's not a black mark or a check mark against, or, a negative.
Well, the Titans job wasn't available.
Yeah, I mean, the Titans job definitely wasn't available, and he shouldn't just stay here and not advance his career. So I didn't really understand that one. But I understand his take on the quarterback. And I think, again, we agree with anybody calling in on that. But I definitely don't agree with the Art Smith one.
Cam Ward got win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
I mean, Now, what's funny, though, didn't VY win Rookie of the Year in that short stint of window, I guess 7-8 games that he was Rookie of the Year, and not just all rookie team. Obviously, he was that. I think he was Rookie of the Year.
He was Rookie of the Year for both the AP, the Pro Football Writers of America, and at the time Sports Nation. They also did one as well.
Not sure who the competition was, but he didn't start.
Well, Leinart and Cutler, I guess,
he started, 8 games? What does it say there?
His rookie season, he started 13 games.
13. Oh, 13. Oh,
yeah.
He was out there.
Yep.
13.
So 13 games.
13 games.
And so Shuck would not reach that mark.
Vince Young beat out Marquez Colston, Maurice Jones-Drew, Marcus McNeil, and Reggie Bush.
Oh, so no quarterbacks.
Guess who was the defensive rookie of the year?
I don't think Leinart was playing, right? He didn't, because he was behind Warner, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't remember. Well, Cutler was that year, right?
No.
Was that not? And what year am I thinking of?
Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Didn't make the top 5 in voting.
Yeah. Let's check.
Yeah, they were the same year.
They were the same year.
Do y'all know who won Defensive Rookie of the Year that year? Linebacker out of Alabama.
Uh-oh. Who is that there?
In the same division right now.
Cutler went 2 and 3. Sorry, I'm not paying attention.
Yeah. Who got Defensive Rookie of the Year that year?
That's why I'm asking if y'all know.
I have no idea.
Linebacker out of Alabama. He's in the division right now. Not as a player.
Oh, man. D'Amico Ryans.
Yes.
Oh, he's the head coach.
Jay Cutler only played 5 games, so that's probably why he didn't get it. Let's go to Ed in New Jersey. Ed, you're on with Blaine and Zach.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you and your families, guys. I appreciate it. Taking the call. So I have a chicken or the egg type question on this offensive line. Zach, you put out a tweet about, the pass blocking efficiency since the bye. So which comes first here? Is it the offensive line making Cam look better, or is the game slowing down for Cam and he's making the offensive line look better?
Oh, I think it's easily the offensive line.
Okay, because I've seen like a Levis make, and then another person comes in and it seems like the offensive line looked better because he was processing it quicker. So I always struggle with which one serves each one better,
Yeah.
Great question.
I mean, typically your quarterback at a certain stage of their career can elevate the offensive line. I think a good example of maybe the chicken or the egg or whatever, the offensive line being better because a quarterback got put in, is Ryan Tannehill and Marcus Mariota. It was the same offensive line, same offensive scheme, but you replaced the quarterback and everything was kicking off right. So that right there can tell you that's the offensive line, or the offensive line was always pretty good. The quarterback just was able to make them look even better.
Yeah.
For me, in this particular instance, because I don't think there's one catch-all answer for every scenario is a little bit different. For me, in this instance, I think the offensive line is clearly getting better, in part because of the run game.
Yeah, no doubt. That's what I was going to say. The run game and everything else, they all kind of coexist together. So, and he's also,
And Cam Ward's looking good, too.
Yeah, he's developing. So it's all, relative to working together.
Yeah, they're all going in the right direction, but I would say the offensive line is a couple of steps ahead. They're a couple of yards ahead if they were on a trail, a couple of yards ahead of
Have we
Cam
seen any
Ward.
of the alternates as far as Zabrowski? I mean,
A Pro Bowl or anything?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any alternates announced, but let's talk about the Pro Bowl. Chimere Dike, Jeffrey Simmons, your Pro Bowlers right there.
Flowers.
I would say maybe Cedric Gray and Peter Skronsky may get some alternate consideration. We'll see. But they are your starters for the AFC team. So good on Chimere Dike. I did think it was funny. Bones Fossil today at his press conference.
What is that?
He said, we didn't really know what Chimere Dike was going to be.
Remember, because they didn't play him in the
right,
preseason.
they never played him in the preseason.
Opportunities because they, Fair Carter kicked it out, so we didn't see a lot of him.
Yeah, and then he's like, we didn't really know. It's something to the effect of, we didn't really know what we were going to get until he took that first kick return in the Denver game, and he saw the field so well, and he was like, okay, we got something special. Like, that was literally trial by fire. They were just kind of flying by the seat of their pants a little bit. Which I thought was kind of funny. And so, but kudos to Chimere Dike. He deserved it for sure.
No doubt, man. He broke all kind of records for the Titans organization, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and he's had, 2 punt return touchdowns called back for flags? That didn't really, at least one.
Ross, because you were blocking people in the back.
It wasn't me. That was the other maybe alternate Cedric Gray on one of them.
Wasn't it?
But I know it doesn't show on his stats, but he has had more than what his stats say.
Yeah. Well, you know what they do see though? You still see it on film.
Yeah.
Even though it's coming back, dude's like, dang man, this dude scored again.
Yeah.
Like, this guy's good. And also was matched up with Fossil's great scheme and system and the players who actually executed it. But I really feel like that was part of it too as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was just funny because he was like, we didn't really know what we were going to have, because we were like, why is Chimere Dike just being handed this? We barely saw it.
Yeah,
it turned into a point at one time in the season where I feel like every return you're watching the game what's going to happen here? Something's going to happen.
Uh-huh.
And hand up, honest to God, I pegged Chimere Dike all wrong, because I thought, at least on the sense of, I thought he got drafted too high.
Oh, I don't know.
And I thought he was drafted too high.
He ran a 4.3, right?
Yeah, I didn't like the value of the pick. I didn't really mind the player. I just didn't like the spot that they did it when they did it.
Like it was kind of a panic move.
Yeah, it felt like a little bit like a panic move. But hey, he's lived up at least year one. I think he's exceeded a 4th round pick just because of his return ability.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, obviously, he was drafted to be a wide receiver, and he's an ascending talent there. But what you've gotten out of him this year has already paid dividends for that 4th round pick. So have to say that.
Berganze.
Yeah.
Press the button.
That's right. Let him work, man. Let him work.
Let him work.
Let him cook. Or that was Rand's thing. It was let Rand cook. We need one for Borgonzi.
Yeah, Berganze. That one's definitely. All the draft picks, I know, they've done a solid job. It's just now see where they go from here, because you just don't know if they can continue to ascend after an offseason of working on things that they need to work on, or will they stay somewhat stagnant and just creep up a little bit because of where their talent will take them.
Yeah.
Talent only going to take you as far as you can go, and sometimes some of those guys don't reach that talent. I think these guys are built where they're going to get the most out of their talent, but who's the sky's the limit? The only guy we really don't know is Femi, who didn't play. I think now we're saying, okay, Cam Ward, if he can be a little more consistent, a little more patient with the offense, depending on who's he with and what kind of scheme they're running, and have a running game, I think all bets are off. Because is it fair, guys, to say that Cam Ward in his 2nd season going into next year, you guys tell me, that we see a Drake May type play?
Drake may be a little much.
Because nobody expected that, right?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought he'd be better, but I didn't think he'd be like this. MVP?
I mean, we've seen a lot of quarterbacks do it, but I mean, I feel like the Drake may. It just depends on the coach.
Caleb Williams type.
Yeah,
That's it.
but again, it's like it's going to have to depend on the coach. Now, he should make a jump, and he should look considerably better than what he is now. Multiple touchdown games should be the norm, not the outlier, right? Like, I mean, it took a while for him to get multiple touchdown games. He still doesn't have a 300-yard game. Those have to come a little bit more frequently. But I think expecting like MVP conversation may be a little too much.
So Caleb Williams type.
Probably, but I don't know. Caleb Williams is starting to get some MVP talk lately.
Is
because
he?
especially after this
He ain't
last
gonna win
game.
it, but
He's not going to win it. But after this last game, I think
He's
that
like
people
at
are
the
like,
bottom, top five.
Yeah, Caleb Williams. We maybe need to be at least like if this was a Heisman ceremony, he may be getting invited to New York.
Well, and they were all on him for last season. He wasn't even bad last season. He was pretty good, actually. It's just Jaden Daniels, was outstanding. But I'm with Zach. Like, we don't know what the conversation around this team will be 3 months from now. So if the hire goes wrong or, the roster still looks pretty bad, I don't know how you can expect him to make that big of a jump.
Well, we're all fans, but not.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the fan expectation. The fans' expectation, they thought Cam was going to save the team.
Well,
they thought he was going to carry us to the playoffs this year.
Well, the fan expectation is that we're going to look like the Commanders or Texans. You know what I'm saying? Like the fan expectation is way different than what I think our expectation will be.
Right.
So like I'm trying to temper expectations, but I do think the narrative will be what you'll hear from fans is, well, we saw it done with Drake May and Mike Vrabel. We saw it done with Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. Why can't we do it here at Tennessee? And they're going to put some unhealthy expectations. But I do think that there are proper expectations that Cam Ward does need to be better at a lot of different things, not just what you can see on the stat sheet, but what you see on the field as well. So, like, yes, expect better from Cam Ward. Expecting one of the best quarterbacking seasons from a second-year quarterback in Drake May, I don't know about that. Like, that's settle down, there. That's how I feel about that.
I wouldn't even be too upset if he was on sort of a Bryce Young development path, because Panthers are looking fine right now, and I know it's his third year, but like you never know what the situation is going to look like. And like you're saying, it's hard. These outlier years don't come every so often. I think we've gotten our minds skewed a little bit the past few years because of guys like May, Daniels, and Stroud. But I think it's really more year 3 when you really figure out who these quarterbacks are. I'm not saying the first 2 years don't matter, but it's hard to judge just based off of that.
Yeah, I would agree. All right, coming up next. Time for our weekly Mac Attack with Coach Mac. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone.
Smashville hockey. Around here, it can sound like a language of its own. But hey, if you can pronounce Demumbrian, then names like Yossi, Shea, and Marchessault will roll right off the tongue. Nashville Predators, only in Smashville.
One of the largest sports books east of the Mississippi, Circa Sports Kentucky, is now open. Catch all your favorite games on an 80-foot screen with stadium-style seating and live VSiN broadcast daily. Circa Sports, now open at the Mint Gaming Hall, Kentucky Downs.
My dad and I used to golf together all the time, but when he hurt his back, it was over.
To have your son want to spend time with you is amazing. That's why my chronic back pain has been so heartbreaking. Surgery, fused bones, long recovery. No way, not for me. A friend recommended stem cells, so I gave Kellum Stem Cell Institute a call.
I'm glad you're out on the course.
Yeah, it's really good.
Call the Kellum Stem Cell Institute today. Swing still looks just okay, though.
Selling your home can be stressful, but it doesn't have to be. Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. There are no showings, no open houses, no stress. Work with the #1 real estate team in the U.S. and close with confidence. Go to markspain.com today.
You know what that music means. Time for our weekly Mac Attack with Coach Mac, brought to you by Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer. And, Coach, I have to say, first off, happy holidays to you. But second, I mean, that was a pretty complete game from the Tennessee Titans versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, happy holidays, guys, to both of you. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was something that was much needed. But look, you heard me all season talk about a football team this young, that you just have to have patience with time on task. It takes time in this league, and then all the injuries that they've suffered. I mean, I thought what they did. I mean, people were saying how depleted Kansas City was. Hell, the Titans have been depleted all year.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to hear about that from anybody else. What Bernard Wilson did with all his safeties out and was able to, I mean, I think the whole thing pulled together. You got to give those coaches and those players a lot of credit for what they've done as far as just staying with it. I mean, I'm at practice every day. I mean, there's no let up in effort and getting prepared. Sometimes they're just short of personnel, which they were short of personnel in this game, but they overcame it.
What kind of goes into that? Because it seems like a perfect storm for this team where we haven't seen them give up. We've seen them give maximum effort. And it's been such a tumultuous 2 seasons for some of these players. But for most part, a first season that has not gone as expected. But, I mean, is that just the coaches and the players and all buying in on a vision and buying into each other? Is that really what it comes down to? Is a team playing and coaching for each other?
No, you just don't quit. That's what I mean. As individuals, I mean, you just don't quit, and that's the thing that's important. I mean, when it gets hard, mostly in this society, people quit, and this is hard. This is a hard season. You fire a head coach, you get a lot of people hurt, you get people injured, have to miss. I mean, and plus you're young and razor thin to begin with. And as I say, in today's society, when it gets hard, most people just want to quit. I mean, let's just be honest about it. These guys didn't, and I give them a lot of credit for it.
Cam Ward, obviously everybody's been talking about the game that he's had. What did you see from Cam Ward this week against this Chiefs defense that, hey, listen, say what you want about the offense and all the injuries that they had. Chris Jones still out there. A lot of other players, Nick Bolton still out there, and they blitzed Cam Ward 50% of the time. I mean, you can say what you want about the offense and all the injuries that they suffered, but give me a break. This was a starting caliber defense that was top 4 in points allowed and 7 in yards allowed, and Cam Ward pretty much had one of his best games.
Yeah, Zach, I really like that you bring that up. I mean, you're spot on. You're point on with that, and that's exactly right. Look, Cam Ward has developed and he's got a lot more. He's got to develop. I mean, he really does. But he's played every snap as a rookie quarterback on a team that was razor thin as far as talent, and that is building. And I agree with what you say 100% with that. But look, we've seen him incrementally improve every week, and it's not going to be just a massive jump every week. People think all of a sudden he's going to be Tom Brady the next week. That's not the way it works. It takes time. But I like his development, but his mindset and the way that he approaches things. I mean, he has been constant and consistent with that from the start, and that gives him a big up on being able to develop, and it gives his teammates have a lot of faith in him just because of the way that he carries himself through good and bad times.
I mean, this offensive line since coming out of the bye week has been top 12 across the league in a lot of different metrics, but when you were watching this team, I mean, again, I bring it up that he was blitzed about 50% of the time. Well, the offensive line did a pretty good job holding up against multiple people being sent to the quarterback. Talk about what you've seen from this pass blocking offensive line.
Well, I mean, look, again, it's time on task, and they've had a little bit of a round table roulette as far as to who's playing too. They've missed pieces, and that makes a huge difference. But talk about blitzing. I mean, from the start, people were going to blitz this young quarterback, and they were going to blitz this offensive line. What they've learned to understand, I mean, you saw it in the ball game, and it wasn't the audible that he made to Isle Manor when they blitzed him, and that was audible. That was the quarterback and the receiver. You can see that they started working together. That was a beautiful audible. The protection, changed the protection to pick it up. It's just time on task of being together. And look, just because you do it for 1 week doesn't guarantee it the next week. But the fact that you are working on it and they are staying dialed into it, that's what I take from all this.
We're on with Coach Mack for his weekly Mac Tack, brought to you by Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
Well, Coach, man, I have to say that was the best. I was a little giddy, especially after they said Chiefs in the stadium there. That kind of got me going there. It brought some competitive natures out
Blaine,
there. Man, they got me. Boy, it got me.
That didn't get me going. That pissed me off.
I was like, what? I was like, oh, man, I couldn't believe it. But, man, was I thoroughly impressed, not only with just Cam, but the entire team, how they all the units work together hand in hand. But I wanted to ask you, you know, as a quarterback, you're facing all these different defenses when you're in your rookie season. But has Cam learned to just take what the defenses give him? It feels like after the bye week, that's kind of the process in his head that he's kind of finally figured out. Don't try to be hero ball. When I say hero ball, like trying to make all these great throws and force some things that, you know, you think you can do, instead of just be patient. And then when they give you that opportunity, strike.
That's a perfect observation, Blaine. I mean, you're spot on. Of course, you've watched young quarterbacks, teams that you've been on, but that's 100% correct. And they have to learn that. They have to learn that they can't carry the entire load the whole time. And that is a very, very astute observation, because that's exactly what's happening with his game now. Now he is letting the game come to him rather than trying to dictate every game and every play.
And for a young team getting that home win, but now you got to go move forward back to back. And it's hard when you have a young team, as you know, Coach, to be consistent throughout. I know I always wanted to play consistent. Now to get some of these young guys to play consistent every game, I want to see them win, lose, or draw. I want to see that same type of performance from them, and then let everything else play out.
Yeah, and you're not guaranteed success just if you know,
right.
Every week. Every week is a new challenge. Again, I mean, I've been digging into these Saints, you know, quite a bit. You know, they're a hungry team too. They're a very hungry team. They got a rookie quarterback that's playing at a pretty high level. This is going to be a very, very, I mean, you got to get ready. You've got to get ready, and they've got some guys on defense, some veteran guys, you know, that have been in the league for 15 years that have established themselves pretty well. You're right. Every week is not only a challenge, but every week is a whole new beginning, because you've got to be able to build on what you've done, but it guarantees nothing. And you know, the way they're going to practice, the way they're going to prepare. I'm with you. And the better teams that I've ever coached and have been on, those guys were able to maintain. And maintain preparation and maintain focus is a huge part of, especially now with 17 games.
What do you want to say to all those fans who say, oh, the Kansas City Chiefs, they had nothing to play for. They had a third-string quarterback out there. Give them some Mac attack.
Who cares? I could care less about the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, I could care less. I just don't know how. Yeah, that makes nothing on my radar chart.
Yeah.
And I would say that to be the world champions as many years as they have, they got a lot of people that care.
Because they also got the coaches, right? I mean, like Andy Reid's not going to put out no bad product on purpose or have a team that's given up on the season.
No doubt.
Well, neither Steve Spagnuolo.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, those guys have got Super Bowl trophies. Look, they were trying as hard as they could from start to finish in that game. If people that aren't in this business don't understand the preparation and how intense those 3.5 hours are. And here's the other thing. You ask me, you know, what you say. I could care less about their problems.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, hey, they were top 10 defense, by the way. I've talked to Spags the day before that, so I knew they were going to bring it. Naturally, moving on to the Saints.
You played for Spags. You know what Spags is?
Oh yeah, Spags. I love some Spags. Now, great dude. The Saints are just like the Titans. Now you're facing someone you're looking face to face in the mirror. Young team, kind of getting on a little bit of a run at the end of the season. What are some of the strengths and weaknesses and matchups that you're looking for in this game against the Saints that you think will help the Titans win?
Well, what you can't the first thing, you can't disregard Tyler Shuck.
Yeah.
Since when he was taken, I mean he's a guy that is an older rookie that when he's gotten his chance, he's done something with us. Defensively, let's look at them. Let's look at defensively what they are. I mean, defensively, they're a very, very stout football team. Chris Olave is one of the smoothest receivers in this league, and you better have a plan for Chris Olave. And the Titans are fairly thin back there in the secondary, so this is a huge challenge for Denard Wilson and his group again, because Chris Olave can make you look really silly if you don't have some plan for him.
No doubt about it. We're on with Coach Mack, giving us the Mack attack.
What have you seen from the Saints defense? Because obviously they have Brandon Staley, who used to be the Chargers head coach. We know him from the Rams. We know he's a super smart guy. And
they got a Jordan guy.
Yeah. And so, like, when you're talking about Brandon Staley, what about what he's been able to do over there and with this defense? Because I know you said they were stout, but they are like the 14th in points allowed. They're 9th in yards allowed, while their offense is 29th and 26th in those. So, I mean, this Saints defense is doing a dang good job of containing the opponent.
They really are. I mean, they're a solid defense. And look, he came up really young in this league with Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio is one of the best there is, at it. I mean, and I know all of these guys, but he's done. I think Staley has done a really good job. And look, Cam Jordan's been playing for 15 years, and he is still a dude that you've got to handle. I mean, think about that a minute.
Dang.
I mean, so again, we've got another on the grass. We're going to see Jeffrey Simmons, who's as good as there is right now in this league, and Cam Jordan. Both of these defenses can give offenses problems. I've been impressed watching them on tape, just reeling through some of their later games.
So what are you looking for these last two games from this Titans team? A lot of young players, a couple of free agents on the horizon. What are you looking for from this team these next 2 weeks?
Just consistent performance. That's what I'm looking for. That to me, that's always, I don't look for superlatives either up or down. I look for consistency. And I knew this, if I could get consistency out of my players individually, and then I could get consistency collectively out of my group, you always have a chance. That's what I'm looking for, is consistency.
On Sunday's game, Tony Pollard went back out there when the Tennessee Titans probably could have kneeled it and ran out the clock, but they wanted to get him over 100 yards. I mean, how does that kind of decision for the coach play in the locker room and all that kind of stuff? Like, how much does that kind of help even further buy-in from the team?
Well, it's important. I mean, look, he would have had it if Clete Blakeman is not an idiot.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even talk about Clete I can't even say his name. I forgot all about that.
I've already talked about him enough. I mean,
Coach, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're. Could you please refresh my memory?
That was just ignorant. Look, again, officiating is hard, but inconsistent officiating is a real problem in the National Football League. I'll just say that.
Man.
Yeah, that was an insane play and it also feels like someone from New York should have been able to call that down, and just say, no, he reported eligible. You just didn't see it. If he didn't see it.
Here's the other thing, too. You should not have to have New York make every change for these officials. I mean, they're just not consistent. Look, players get called out when they don't perform. Coaches get called out when they don't perform. Officials need to be called out when they don't perform.
I agree with that.
Yeah, lastly, before we let you go, I used to hate when we have to prepare for all these gadget guys. Well, they got more than a gadget guy. Oh, Mr. Hill. How do you go about your preparation for a player like that when you were in a DC in the league?
Yeah, you got to be alert. And look, they ran a fake punt with him. You're 100% right. He is gadget. He is gadget dude deluxe. So just get ready and understand when he's in the ball game, he's not just in a ball game for window dressing. He's really not. I mean, so you've got to be aware of what he does, and you're 100% right. When I put that tape on and start watching, all of a sudden I see an up back that they're running a fake punt with. Then I see a guy that's going to jump up under the center as a quarterback on a fourth down, to push it forward. Anytime he's in the ball game, he's in there for a reason. You got to believe that. When they put him in, you got to believe what you see.
Let's give them a dose of their own medicine, though. We got to find our gadget guy. We're gonna give them a dose of their own medicine.
No, we don't need any gadgets. We just need touchdowns. Is what we need.
There you have it. Coach Mack for his weekly Mack Attack, brought to you by Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer. Coach Mack, have a great day and a great holidays.
Guys, y'all have a great holidays. Appreciate both of you.
No problem. Coming up next, we're going to talk about the college football playoffs, and I'm going to also try and learn how to say Cleat Blakeman. I have had troubles with that all week long, but before we go to break, Titans Ticket Tuesday, where we are giving you a chance to win a pair of tickets to the next Tennessee Titans game, which is this Sunday against the Saints. Be caller number 5 to win 2 tickets to see the Titans host the Saints this Sunday at Nissan Stadium. 615-737-1045. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 1045 The Zone.
Cleat. Well, holidays are here. Hope, ho, ho. Yes, and Merry Christmas. And boy, those holiday parties are so fun, man. I love to eat and, kind of have a couple of drinks too, by the way. Well, you got to get rid of that holiday weight. And the approach to weight loss at Edge Peptide and Hormone Therapy is a little bit different. They make sure all the patients have extensive lab work and face-to-face conversation in office with our nurse practitioner to create a customized treatment plan tailored to your specific needs. Edge walks you through the process with guiding your treatment, answering your questions, and supporting you along the way. You also get to enjoy access to their in-body scanner to track weight loss and make sure you are maintaining that nice muscle mass that you have built. And Edge always uses the lowest effective doses, too, to make sure that you are resetting your metabolic flexibility, not starving yourself, like most people do. And all you have to do is call the team at Edge Peptide for all of your wellness questions at 615, of course, 724-1878. That's 724-1878 or edgepeptide.com.
Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone, powered by All Four Seasons Garage Store. Who do we say congratulations to?
Ben Cooper.
Ben Cooper won the tickets, so congratulations to Ben Cooper.
That's a guy.
All right. Blaine, am I crazy for saying that I found a 10-3 college football playoff game one of the more exciting games I've watched all year? Because I had a blast watching that game. And I saw people saying this was a crappy game.
What game?
Miami versus Texas A&M.
Oh, hey, who predicted Miami, by the way?
By the way,
you predicted Miami?
You got that one. You said it. You said it. But, like, I thought it was a fun game. And people were like, oh, this is boring. A good thing Notre Dame didn't get in. And people complaining. And I'm like, no. This game was awesome.
Oh, man. They were moving the ball. They just couldn't kick the field goals.
Yeah, I mean, like, they were 2 and 6 on field goal attempts between the two teams. I thought it was a fun game. Like, I don't know. Like, we're sitting there. Of course, that was the 11 a.m. game, and we're doing stuff with as a family. And you look up, you see a big play. It was an awesome big play. Then you look up again, and, you know, just like a minute later, the other team has the ball. And nobody has points. I don't know. I kind of enjoyed the game, and I know everybody wants, 50 to 52 games and stuff like that. A 10-3 game could be just as exciting as any other game in the college football world.
There's some big plays in there, too, so it was some excitement all the way through for me. And then even how it ended with Reed throwing the interception in the end zone when you thought, they had a possibility of tying, or even going for the win. If they would have scored. So,
and Marcel Reed, oof.
Yeah, that was tough. But they had done that against running quarterbacks.
Yep.
So I kind of did a little bit of homework on their defense because last year it was all about Cam Ward and the offense, and their defense kind of let them down. Well, this year, if you go watch them, they really – and then, by the way, aren't they in the ACC?
They are.
ACC. Huh. Were they in the ACC?
They were not.
They were not. Did they beat A&M, and did Notre Dame –
Notre Dame lost?
So yeah. So they were a legit team, and I was interested to see how they handled the crowd noise.
Yep.
And that once I saw that they were handling that, I said, this is going to be a game. I may get lucky, and I did on that pick, man. They look good, man, and they were hungry, and they got a couple. First-round picks on both sides of the line. I mean,
that Mark Fletcher Jr., though, that running back for Miami, number 4.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And about Tony. Don't forget about
Malachi Tony.
I love that, by the way. Had the bad fumble in the fourth quarter. They go right back to him. No confidence loss.
17 carries, 172 yards, 10.1 yards per carry. It's kind of miraculous that he did not get a touchdown. That feels like, it's like Derrick Henry and John Harbaugh over on Monday Night Football. It's kind of crazy that he did not find his way into the end zone.
Well, he's a power guy.
Yeah, but I mean, that was something.
Yeah, it was.
They kept showing his family up there and all that kind of stuff.
He kept showing his family and Michael.
Now, one thing that would make me nervous, I'm the you. Mr. Beck still was kind of a little invisible in big moments. He was
14. He only had 20 pass attempts.
Have fun going against Caleb Downs this week.
Yeah, 103 yards, 1 touchdown. It just wasn't anything that you can really latch on to.
And I'm like, oh, man, he may drop to the second round.
Second round of which draft?
Yeah. Is he coming out, or is he?
Oh, yeah, but he was talking about like a CFL draft or UFL draft.
Come on, man. Don't do that. He's in the NFL draft. Come on, man. He's good, worst case.
No, I think he'll be a late round pick, probably. There's too much upside still.
Oh, yeah.
But, Keontae Scott had 2 sacks. Reuben Bain Jr. had 3 sacks. I mean, Akeem Mesidor, who is the other edge rusher from Miami, his stock's really starting to rise. I'm going to have to go and watch more of him.
I just like his name.
Mesidor. Hey, you can watch him and Reuben Bain at the same time. That's probably why his stock's rising.
Probably.
People are watching Reuben Bain. They're like, who's this other guy?
Compared to him? I got to keep up with him. I had 3. He had 2.
Reuben looked good, though, man. He was getting after Marcel Reed.
Yeah, he really did look really good. And he almost matched his season sacks, number of sacks in this game alone. He had 4.5 sacks coming into this game, got 3 at this game. He really turned it on in this game.
Oh, my. That's not who he is. That is not who he is. Don't get caught up in that.
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, his 4 sacks is who he really is.
Oh, yeah,
but in this
yeah.
game, he did well.
Yeah.
But you can't.
Well, it makes you kind of wonder, like, did
Why
you
did
turn it on for this game in
right.
particular?
And that's the dude I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't, I should have saw 8 sacks during the season.
Yeah.
Like that should have happened. There's
Well,
no way.
make some excuses for him, Ross.
Well, Blaine knows
especially
it.
against his offensive line. This offensive line was really good, so he turned it on when it came. I don't like players who turn it on because of it's a game on TV or because they know the NFL scouts are there. Well, they were at every game, so don't get caught up in the moment.
Right.
From a player's perspective, watching him, I'm like, yeah, he's really good. I'll take him second round. I'm not taking him first round.
Oh, yeah, you always keep it at that level. He's good. I mean, this week's going to be a great test. Ohio State's offensive line. Ooh.
Yep.
Saying
If he
in the
does it
pocket.
back to back, I may change my mind.
Shut you up.
Oregon trounces JMU 51-34. I think that game got a little bit closer because by halftime it was pretty
Hey, how
much
about
over.
Did
those-
y'all watch those? I didn't watch
How
it.
about those group of 5 schools?
I didn't watch. I
got-
knew what was going to happen.
I watched the first drive of
I'm a
Ole
group of
Miss.
5 guy.
I
Yeah,
watched
because the
first
Ole
drive
Miss
of
game
Ole
is
Miss.
like we're watching the Ole Miss game, and I was like, oh wait a minute, there's an NFL game on. Click. I'm not watching this game.
That's what I did too, because Ole Miss went down and scored in like 3 plays to start the game.
I know. I was like, oh
I said, all right, channel's changing.
Was that number
41
that running
to
back?
10.
I like that running back. Number 5, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Juwan Lacey.
Yeah, Lacey, because he transferred from Alabama. Where'd he come from?
Missouri?
Missouri,
Oh,
I
Missouri.
think.
That's I knew he was in.
I bet he goes, if he doesn't come out, I don't know if he can, but I bet he goes with Lane.
41-10 against Tulane. But it's a good thing that they got in. And listen, JMU tried their best, but it was pretty much over. It was over.
That close.
Also,
go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say, as much as we give the playoff committee, crap for, doing these home playoff games is awesome. And I personally think they should do the first 2 rounds.
I agree.
At colleges.
I agree.
So now they got the bow tags.
Yeah, now it's all the neutral stuff. And of course, we talked a little bit about Alabama and Oklahoma, and I'll have to say this: 17-0. This hasn't really been a team to show that it handles adversity consistently enough. And coming down from the Florida State game, we saw it kind of in a couple of the other losses, but still, I mean, I was really
after losing to an unranked team.
Huh?
Florida State wasn't ranked, were they?
No, they were not ranked.
So they handled adversity after that game.
Well, they did, but then they got to the other Oklahoma game, didn't handle adversity. But I do think, though, if you got that Alabama team when they got rolling, but you just haven't been able to see it consistently enough, and they're going up against Indiana.
Did you see the line on this?
6.5 last time I checked.
Man, wow.
You know what?
Is Indiana that
You know what I'm thinking?
And
I think there's going to be a little bit of an upset this week.
I couldn't believe
I was going to say, I ain't going to be here tomorrow, so I got to say it now. I think Alabama is winning this football game.
I do too.
I kind of do too.
If I was a
And
better,
I
now
think
they're going to
scares
win.
me that we all just put that out there in the
all 3 of us.
ether.
Yeah,
Mendoza's going off.
And it's probably because I've just watched Alabama more.
Yeah,
I've really watched it.
But we've also seen Indiana struggle with Penn State, and they played Ohio State really close. And listen, Ohio State's a good game. I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but I don't feel like Indiana's the world beaters that they're kind of being billed as, it feels like.
You also just never know with this extra week of rest, like what a team could. Because remember last year, Oregon got dog walked by Ohio State. I know Ohio State won the championship.
You got to practice hard in those. You got to make it like scrimmage like for those guys. If not, they kind of relax.
Yeah. You were just talking about number 1 seeds. Last year, the number 1 seed got stomped.
Right.
Could be different, but
could be different. And it is it's a neutral site game, right?
Yeah.
And Alabama travels well. Does Indiana travel as well as Alabama?
Where's the game
Indiana
at?
Football?
Let's
maybe a little bit more now because they're winning, but they're not like traveling.
They're at the let's see.
They're at the Ritz Carlton.
The Rose Bowl is what it is.
Oh, they're in California.
I don't know, man. I think I think it'll be like 70-30.
There is a lot of alum of Indiana in California, though. I don't know if they are football fans, though.
Yeah. It will be interesting to see. Very interesting to see. But I'm kind of feeling Alabama may upset straight up win against Indiana. I don't know if we'll see how I feel tomorrow. All right, that will do it for us. 3HL's up next. This is Cover 2 with Blaine Bishop and Zach Lyons here on 104.5 The Zone. And in the meantime,
and in between time,
peace.